In today's video, we will be taking a look at the latest and greatest WOLFBOX turbo fan, hand duster, hand blower type thing. These things kind of gained a bunch of, I don't want to say viral, but they kind of gained a lot of popularity. Oh, I'd say probably 6 months ago, everyone needed one all of a sudden. And yeah, the WOLFBOX one, as far as all the testy people go, Torque Test Channel and all the other guys, the WOLFBOX one seemed to perform the best. This, I said is, or I say, is an upgraded version to that. So we'll get into that later on into the video. But yeah, when all that stuff was popping off, I was like, I could probably kind of use one. The WOLFBOX was a little pricey, it's still a little pricey, but I mean, WOLFBOX, I don't know who you are, you know what I mean? I won't drop all that coin, and the thing only lasts 2 weeks, but it seems they've proven to be fairly dependable as far as the interwebs are going on the thing. The other problem is that I really wasn't sure I was gonna use it all that much, so I didn't want to spend all that money. So I kind of went a little step down as far as pricing goes, and I went with Nitecore. It's a recognizable name. They making flashlights forever, and yeah, I just went with the Nitecore one because dependable name. Save a little bit of money. Not as good performance as the WOLFBOX, but good enough. And again, I wasn't sure I was going to use it all that much, but it turns out that I use this thing every day, at least a couple of times a day. I'm working on something that's covered with dirt or dust. Instead of having to get the blower out of the van or just wipe it off like an ogre, I just reach into the old top pouch of the tool bag, take this out, give it a good, nice blow down. It's all clean. I got a nice clean surface, blowing out motors, blowing out spark plug holes, so when you pull the plug out, the dirt doesn't fall down inside the cylinder. Yeah, and I'm just using it a lot. So I'm thinking now I can actually justify the purchase of going up to the WOLFBOX and feel a little more comfortable in buying something that's named WOLFBOX, almost like the main character in a stag film from the 70s. But I digress. So, yeah, what do you say? Because I always like to kind of give you guys updates on stuff. When I did the Nitecore video, I don't know if it was a combo, and I'd have to look at, but I also got a flashlight to put inside that, and to put together with this thing. It was kind of a combo video. So why don't we face the camera down? I'll give you my thoughts on this thing as long as I've been using it, and then yeah, we'll kind of take a look at this guy here. I can already tell you that this blows away the little Nitecore thing. Whether or not you need it to blow it away, get it? It's a blower and it blows it away. But anyway, yeah, let's just face the camera down and get into it. So, like I said, let's kind of get into these guys as a quick update as far as my thoughts on this flashlight and this here blower. After I've used it a while. Quick and easy. I'm not going to go into the functionality of these things. I already made that video. I'll pin it at the end of the video in the old thumbnail there. But yeah, this here flashlight, which I believe is a MT2A Pro Nitecore flashlight. This is an awesome little flashlight as far as the pen style flashlights go. It lasts forever. Honestly, I get to the point where it's been so long since I've charged it, I just charge it because I don't want it to die on me. And yeah, I think I get probably a better part of, I don't know, a month, maybe 2 months out of it. It does have these replaceable batteries, which I was going to buy, but like I said, the thing never dies. And yeah, and it charges pretty quick. So if it ever does die on me, and I'm not paying attention, I could just plug it in and charge it for 10 minutes and finish out my day with it. But yeah, this here little flashlight is a very nice flashlight for the price. Now, quickly getting into the old CINEWIND here from Nitecore, the CW20. Yeah, this thing's great. Like I said, I use it all the time. As you can see, it's got some battle scars on it. I have dropped it. The worst thing that happened when I dropped it was the little adapter here for the nose cone. That popped off, but it popped right back in, so you can't argue with that. And yeah, like I said, it just keeps going. I can't say anything bad about it. I mean, short of the lack of power that you would get with the WOLFBOX, yeah, not a darn thing wrong with this thing. And I think if you're looking for just a little handheld blower, you'd probably be happy with it. One of the things you do get with it, just kind of doing a recap here, you get this kind of semi-rigid case. If you want to keep it in there nice and clean, you got to take the nose cone off and stick it in there. But like I said, we're not going to do the whole video. If you're interested, we'll pin that one at the end. But yes, that's about it for that stuff. Let's get into the old WOLFBOX. Well, all right, this is here in the box. It is now called well, this version of it. I don't know what the old version of it was called or what the numbers were, but this particular one is the Super Power Turbo Fan Mega Flow 2000 WOLFBOX. Dare to everywhere. Dare to what? Everywhere. Certain things you shouldn't do everywhere. But I digress. As far as the packaging goes, you kind of get that whole Apple packaging that everyone's trying to mimic nowadays. It is made in China, of course. We're talking battery capacity, 2,200 watt hours, model number MF200. And as far as the uses and the who's it's and the what's it's, that's about it as far as that goes. Let's get this guy open here. This is the big reveal. Packaging is suctioning itself. All right. So we're starting off with a warning label here on the top. It says, "Do not put the air intake of the machine in contact with your hair. Otherwise, your hair can easily get caught in the machine." You can always tell when the Chinese use Google Translate because they use the word machine a lot. Like a cell phone, literal translation of a cell phone in Chinese is hand machine. And yeah, it kind of gives you through the who's it's and the what's it's and the buttons. We're going to go through that in the video. I will say the manual here, it's adequate. It lets you know there's one thing in this manual as far as turning it on that it doesn't tell you. So if you bought one of these and you're trying to figure out how to turn it on, stay tuned. We got the nice rigid foam packaging going on here. Let's get into the accessory box, which I did open this up and charge it off camera just so I have it fully charged. You get yourself a handy dandy carrying case. All right. And you get yourself 2 little brushes. I'm 90% sure that is just a Temu makeup brush. And you get yourself just a regular old stiff bristle brush and a USB-A to USB-C. Now, coming over to the side here, you do get a decent set of blower nozzles, not including the one that actually comes onto the thing. The extendo version for your deep penetration blowing needs. You got a stubby version for when it's cold out, and you got kind of a I guess that would be like a cone version to kind of spread everything out. And let's get this guy out of the box here. So taking a look at the new features compared to the old one. This one again, you have the removable nozzles, which you could add different nozzles, more narrow, more pressure, less volume. We all know how hydraulics work. Yada yadas. Nothing too special there. It's a lot bigger. At least it looks a lot bigger than the ones that I've seen other people do reviews on for the older style one. What kind of sold me on this one, really made me want to punch the ticket on the thing, was the fact that it actually has a removable battery down here, which is very cool. As far as the battery goes, does it have anything? Just the same 2202. Yeah, watt hours, whatever. Yeah, so battery slides in here. Apparently it is keyed. Yes, it is. So it only goes in one way. Hello, there we go. You slap it in. Everyone likes the old magazine style load batteries. This right here is your battery or magazine release. Here's the part they don't tell you in the actual manual. Well, they tell you wrong in the actual manual. Where are we at? Long press power button to turn the machine on/off. When turning it on, then enter standby mode. Like I said, it's adequate, but it's wrong. Well, they're telling me to take the power button and, well, that's actually marked as power button, but it's yeah. Yeah, so long press, it actually does turn it on. I have to take all that back. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. Yeah, so that turns it on. And then this button over here actually kind of cycles through the different, well, they call it gears in the manual. And yeah, the different fan speeds. Yeah, my problem is that I didn't think that was the power button. I thought the fan button was the power button, but underneath the bright lights of the camera, I could actually see that it is, in fact, the power button. So anyway, back on topic, when you press and hold the power button to turn it on, there you go. What I was doing was I was pressing and holding both buttons together to turn it on. Because, again, I'm an idiot. Starting off with the lowest setting, which is one little blue light there. Press the button. We're going to get loud, so headphone warning. You push the button here, and it'll turn on and it'll stay on. Not too much. I would say a comfortable breeze down at the beach. Turn that off, and then the second one, 2 lights light up. That's your second speed or second gear as far as the manual is concerned. And I turn that on, same deal. A little bit higher, and you also, once you're powered it on, it actually lights up the battery indicators for you. And then you come over to the highest setting, which is your 3 lights, and that is just momentary on and off, so you got to hold the trigger the whole time. And I'm assuming, I just blew all the dust off of my bench. I'm assuming because if you, on that high speed, if you just turned it on, the thing would probably try to take off. I'm 99% sure that all these power fans right here are just, if you're ever into RC airplanes, that looks exactly like an RC airplane EDF motor, which is electric ducting fan. It's kind of like a faux jet engine, and I would guarantee you that if I took this apart, you would see an RC style ESC buried inside somewhere's in here. But yeah, that's as far as it goes as far as the features. There's a USB charge port in the back, and it's got a nice grippy rubber handle on it. We'll see how that holds up to oily hands over the years, if it's over the months. If it's like the old power tools that we used to have to suffer through when the rubber would just get soft and start peeling up. Little rubberized, not really. WOLFBOX logo on the front there. I will say, compared to the CINEWIND, the CINEWIND does kind of give you a little bit more as far as screen goes, keeping stuff from getting sucked into the back of it. That would be nice if the WOLFBOX actually added that, because when I'm blowing with this thing, I usually have to kind of brush the screen off because, you know, the wind's blowing up and it's getting sucked back into it, and I can kind of see a piece of something, as hard as this thing blows, kind of getting whipped up and sucked into the fan and possibly causing some sort of damage. Now, as far as the bag goes, which I don't think I'm going to use, I think I'm just going to leave this in the top. I'll probably just put the accessories, aside from the brush to put your blush on, in there. But let's see if everything actually fits in the bag. That's not always a given with stuff like this. It was nice of them to actually brand the bag. It's kind of got a velvet feel to it. And that jazz. Makeup brush, we'll admit that. And the brush zips in there. Yes, everything fits in there. Good job. It's the little things that make me happy. Now, just because it's sitting here next to it, a little side by side on both of them, in case any of you already own this CINEWIND. Definitely a significant size difference here. This guy, I mean, basically that. If you lay them on top of each other, they're the same size. It's just the WOLFBOX has got an extra, I don't know, 2.5 inches on the bottom there, kind of for the extra battery, which makes sense. It's got a bigger motor. It needs the extra battery capacity. As far as the controls go, we already went over how you change the speeds on the old WOLFBOX. The Nitecore guy, I would say this is more of a, I want to say premium, but it's more of a nice feature. You got a kind of a scroll dial going on here, and you can ramp it up to full speed. And headphone warning again. That is actually full speed there. Well, normally when I have a blower that I'm testing, I kind of like to just get a cup of kitty litter, throw it on the ground in the old back patio there, and then just kind of A/B comparison to them. So, yeah, let's say we go outside and we'll do that real quick. And like I said, I know the WOLFBOX has got more power, but I mean, I'm a visual guy. I like to see things doing what they're supposed to be doing. Gives me a better sense of things. I mean, you got all the other channels with the pitot tubes and the anemometers measuring wind speeds, and I got kitty litter. That's why you guys are here, for this high-tech stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right, well, there we go. I don't know if it's actually going to show up the difference on camera there, but I mean, I could definitely feel significantly more power coming out of the WOLFBOX just for blowing it around. I did kind of walk around blowing leaves with this thing. I will say that the WOLFBOX is in a standing position with my arm at my side. I can blow the leaves around. Not that I would use this as a leaf blower. I got one of those. But yeah, just standing at my side, I could use this thing as a leaf blower and blow the leaves around. Whereas to this guy, I kind of got to bend over and get really close to him. So yeah, so that's about it. Like I said, this thing is definitely got the juice. It's claiming. All those testy guys weren't lying. This thing has definitely got some chooch in its chotch there, and yeah, I think I'm digging it. So that's about it for this guy. I just kind of popped into my head one thing that I will put in the con category for this guy, and that is the simple fact with the only 3 steps of the fan. You kind of on low, like I said, it's just a cool breeze. 2, it's a little bit better than a breeze. And then when you pop up to 3, you're going full tornado mode. I would like for that to be a little bit more variable, because tornado mode, you might not want tornado mode and blowing stuff all over the place and into the environment. Whereas to this guy, you can kind of really fine tune that dial down and get that fan speed where you're not blowing dust all over the place and into the air, and you're just kind of getting rid of it. So I guess the question that's left here is, which one should you buy if you're looking to get one? I would honestly say that, let me turn this off so I don't have any unintended discharges here. I can honestly say I am super happy with this for what I was doing. So, like I said, I bought this one because I make videos on YouTube to compare things. Let's just put it that way. I wasn't necessarily looking to upgrade this thing. I'm perfectly happy with this thing the way I use it. It works great, and it does what I need it to do. The WOLFBOX, I mean, more versatile. I got a big dusty balls of crap all over the ground after I'm done working, and I kind of want to just spread it out so I don't look like a slob. Yeah, this thing would be a lot better for that. Blowing off things, it blows harder, so I mean, it would be better for blowing off things, of course. And yeah, like I said, it just kind of depends on what kind of money you want to spend and what kind of job you're doing. Like, again, if you're woodworker, you want to clean off your bench every once in a while, this will be fine for that. If you're a woodworker, you want to clean off your bench and blow the stuff around off the floor, this would be a better option. If you're just looking into blowing out computers and electronics, I can't see how you'd go wrong with the old Nitecore here. It's a nice little blower, and like I said, it's compact. It's a lot smaller than this guy. Keep it in your little tool bag there. When you're blowing out computers, you don't necessarily need the winds of a tornado to blow out a computer. So yeah, like I said, it just kind of comes down to what you plan on using the thing for. More bigger pieces and and bigger areas you want to clean, you're probably better off with the WOLFBOX, but it's going to cost you more. Doing little teeny tiny stuff, you'd probably be perfectly happy with the Nitecore. So, yeah, that's about it for this video. Let's close it out. All right. Well, I like to interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring myself in from the future of when I was recording that other video. Normally, when I find little things, I'll put it in the description. I always say to read the description just in case I find something. And oh well, I'm recording a video anyway for a different product, and I figure I'm also do a talky facey style and. Got to be honest, it's kind of important. I don't want you guys to miss this information if you don't read the description. So let's get into that part. I've been using this guy for the better part of 2 weeks now, and I gotta say, on paper, this is a brute compared to the Nitecore Cinnowind. In practice, I'm not seeing that much of a difference between them. Feeling that much of a difference. It's not an exponential power increase comparing the two next to each other. That's a feel thing. That's completely subjective and something that for my work case scenario. But I'm just saying that mostly because if you bought one of these when I did this video and you're looking to upgrade, I'm not thinking you're going to be feeling that much upgraded if you're buying this. That being said, yeah, I mean, it still does its thing. Like I said, it has more power, definitely. I will say, too, another thing I noticed playing with the different nozzles on the thing, the nozzle that comes with it, which is the stubby guy right here with the, I guess, the lowest opening, and with it just bare boned, fine, no problem. But when you start getting into dropped a really small one, but when you start getting into the smaller nozzles in the back, I couldn't hear it when I was recording the video. There's back pressure coming out of the back, which means it's squeezing out more air than it's trying to squeeze out more air than it can. So it's starting to back out. And I know from my old RC airplane days with the EDFs, that's just a sign of inefficiency. And another thing I noticed while using this, it honks the battery to death. This thing, well, this guy I probably charge maybe twice a month, I would say, maybe a little bit less. And this guy, after the first week, and I wasn't really even using it all that much, I would say less than I would normally be using this guy right here. Yeah, I had to charge the battery, and I checked the battery, and the battery's fine. It's got all the right ratings as far as what they're quoting on their description there. But yeah, so that's about it. So now I return you to your regularly scheduled program and me closing out the video from when I recorded this. Go watch it. So there we go. That is the WOLFBOX Super Powered Turbofan MegaFlow 200. MegaFlow. MegaFlow, not MegaFlow. It's the best blower you've ever seen. It blows hard. It blows harder than anything I've ever seen. I wish it came cold. It's a horrible Trump impression. Now everyone's thinking, it's like, does that mean he hates Trump or does it mean he likes Trump? Everyone's always trying to figure out your political affiliation. I am registered unaffiliated. I think both parties are crap. I think Washington, D.C. is a colon, and all the politicians in it are cancer. And the only thing that ever came out of Washington, D.C. smells like crap. There's my political affiliation for you. Anyway, back on topic. Yeah, the WOLFBOX MegaFlow 200. Yeah, like I said, it blows hard, and it's definitely an upgrade from the Nitecore if blowing hard is what you're looking for there. Yeah, I like it. Like I said, I like the fact that I could now replace the battery, which is one thing I didn't like about the Nitecore. Anything that's battery powered that doesn't have a replaceable or an easily replaceable battery basically has an expiration date on it. However many charges you get out of it, and once you can't charge it anymore, it's pretty much done. But like I said, WOLFBOX kind of fixed that problem with giving you replaceable batteries. And the batteries, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the replaceable batteries are about $20. So that's not too bad for a battery if they're $20. I briefly looked at it and didn't make a note of it. But yeah, so like I said, nice premium feel to it. It's heavy. I can't see how you'd go wrong. Again, which one should you pick? we already discussed the differences between them, and you're a grown up. You're a grown up. You can make your own decisions. And this thing, I don't remember if I bought. Where'd the other thing go? If it was a combination thing where I got the blower and the flashlight together, but $60, it seems right with what I paid for this thing. I said, I don't know if I just bought this and then bought the flashlight because I wanted two things for the video, or if it was like a bundle deal. Either way, I'll link both of them down in the old description there if you are interested in it. But yeah, like I said, this one, 60 bucks ish. Don't quote me on that. And this thing is coming in right around $100. So like I said, big difference in price. So like I said, you can make your own decisions as to what you think you would want or need. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I had a rough day. My freaking internet went out last night, and I'm looking at a video that I'm trying to upload for this Wednesday, and it's been uploading. I got the Wi-Fi off of my wife's friend who lives across the street, so it's about 100 yards away. I'm on one bar, and I'm at 25% after 2 hours, and the YouTube video has to go up on Wednesday, and the cable guy isn't showing up until Tuesday, so I kind of want to get it up. And then there's a whole bunch of other crap that I got going on. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, like I said, I'll link these down, the Nitecore stuff down in the description if you're interested. And I'll link the old, the MAGA, the MAGA WOLFBOX down there in the old description if you are interested in that. That's about it for this video. I would like to encourage you to leave a comment if you have any questions, comments, or concerns in the comments section. This is just going off the rails. And yeah, that's about it for this video. I would like to thank you for watching. There you go.